welcome to Brian's Man Cave. So today I'm going to be continuing on with my Atari 2600 versus the Intellivision series and moving on to some Parker Brothers titles now. So the best one to start off, I think, would be Frogger. Frogger is a game that a lot of people play. It was a popular arcade game, popular, character, one of the top characters from the retro video gaming era. And lots of sequels, lots of different versions of the game appeared on multiple systems. So this one is, the 2600 version. Now I know the 2600 did have the Starpath version, which was you'd have it on a tape instead of a cartridge. And you needed the Starpath cartridge thing to plug in. That one is obviously a much better version of Frogger. But this is the classic one. This is the one that got released under the Parker Brothers title. And so I'm going to check this one out. I'm going to also compare it to the Intellivision version like I've done on all these other videos that I've been doing. Now I know I've played this game before. I've probably played, multiple different kinds of Froggers. But it'd be good to see how we can pair the two together and just see how they are. Anyways, let's, as always, start with the Atari 2600 version. And then we'll move on to the Intellivision version. Okay, so we got the game booted up. So you can see right away, this is a pretty decent looking Frogger. It's nice and colorful. You can make out the vehicles. You got the bulldozers. You can see that that's kind of a bulldozer. You can see everything's a little bit different. Nice colors. So let's start the game. So I got this set on the easy setting, which means I'm allowed to actually go off the screen without dying, just so I can play the game a little bit easier. But yeah, if you set the difficulty switch, I think, to A, you can't go off the screen like I'm about to do right now. And that's what obviously makes the game a little bit harder. Whoops, just jumped into the water there. You can see that when he dies, when he's dead, there's kind of that little crossbone thing that they try to emulate from the arcade version. Oh, I just got my little girlfriend there. I think that's what that is. There we are. So now we're into the cubby hole. And we're going to go get all the other frogs across. As I always say when I play Frogger, it's kind of funny having a frog that can't go in the water. Makes you wonder what kind of water this is. Maybe it's some kind of acid water or something. I don't know. But then there's like crocodiles in there and stuff, but yeah, I guess we just got the world's only frog that hates water. Okay, there we go. Now I did see there's a fly up there in the top left-hand corner. So that's pretty decent artwork as well. The graphics are not too bad. You can make it out. But the flickering, the flickering could get a little bit annoying. That's a common symptom of a lot of the earlier Atari games, for sure, was the flicker. And a lot of that just came down to how the game might have been programmed or the limitations of the cartridge that they used. There's lots of reasons why these games did have some flicker. Some programmers were able to get around the flickering, but I know a lot of the earlier titles did flicker quite a bit. Okay, so you can see now we got the alligators. I believe those are alligators. I don't think they're crocodiles. And you can see it also shows up in the little hole, the little cubby hole thing at the top. I don't know. I call them cubby holes. I don't know what they're really called. Oh, just died. The crossing of, or the walking of the frog could get a little bit annoying. But that's in a lot of Frogger games I've noticed, is especially the earlier ones. And even the little handheld ones, they always have that kind of bleeping noise as his movement. But I think overall, this game is actually on point. This is really decent version. Like I don't really see much wrong with it. And I probably would have played this if I had an Atari when I was a kid. I might have had this on the Intellivision. I'm trying to remember now. I used to borrow video games from my neighbors all the time, so I might have played the Intellivision version for a bit. I'm trying to remember, actually, when my first real experience of playing Frogger. I don't know if it was on my Commodore 64 either. So I'm going to think it was my Intellivision that I probably had the most experience playing this game on. it's hard to remember all the games you had back then, and especially when you would borrow from friends and neighbors. And of course, if I ever had a chance to play it in the arcade, I don't have many memories of actually playing this in the arcade, so I probably didn't. Oh, can't go in there. Oh, one more. I think then we get to the next level where the snake comes. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I actually did play this on the Commodore 64 quite a bit. Now I'm starting to remember the graphics on the Commodore 64 version. Alright, I think maybe the snake is going to be on this one. Okay, the cars are moving faster, and it seems like there's a heck of a lot more of them. So this is definitely getting a lot more difficult. The level of difficulty just amped up. Whoa, I can't even get across and I'm dead. Oh, there's the snake. That's pretty decent looking too. But yeah, I mean, I've never complained about this version. I always thought this version was really good. Okay, so now we got the Intellivision version. So it has the same theme, obviously, and it says Parker Brothers presents Frogger. Nice blue screen, not really graphically pleasing, but I've noticed that a lot of the Intellivision screens were very, very plain like this. But it did at least give you a title screen. The Atari version obviously was absent. It just started right into the game itself as far as being an opening title. So let's see here, Frogger. Probably have to hit a button here. I'm going to be one player for sure. And there's levels, so I'm going to hit level 1 just to make it easy. And then, there we go. Woo! Okay, so I don't have to wait for the music to stop. It just starts right away. Those cars look a little weird. They look more like bugs. And the logs, too. You can see that they're created as pieces. They're in sections like that. But yeah, these things in the water too, they look, I don't know if they're supposed to be turtles. The graphics are definitely a little bit different in this one. I'm not too crazy about the cars themselves. I don't think they really look like cars or anything. The trucks look decent though. I can say about that. And the sound's a little bit different. I like that noise. That noise reminds me of poker and blackjack when you win your hand, or when is it when you win or lose? Oh, and the sound of that. Oh, you got the skull and crossbones when you die. That's really cool. I like how it comes in really fast and then slows down too. They really recreated that experience. Yeah, that sound, definitely, you hear that a lot in the Intellivision. There's like a few songs. I think when I got that other frog, that sounds like, what does that remind me of? I think it's from Donkey Kong, or... Definitely that sound is familiar to me. Nice bright yellow. The colors are there. I mean, it's a nice colorful game as well. Well, now we got that alligator head on the edge. I don't like that. I don't like that they didn't create an alligator. They just put the alligator head on the log. Ooh, I just jumped into the water there. The frog who hates water. The world's only frog that can't jump in the water. Yeah, I'm not too crazy about that. It looks like they kind of, you know, I don't know. Maybe it was a programming constraint or something. I know that often is the case in a lot of these games, is that they didn't have a lot of, you know, first of all, they didn't have a lot of time to make a lot of these games, but they also had to work with the, you know, the smaller cartridge sizes, so they had to take some liberties and some shortcuts and stuff like that, and that's fully understandable. I mean, we are going back to like the early 80s here. We can't be overly critical about the programmers, you know, working with what they got. But, you know, like I said, I think it would have been better. Like, even the Atari version had the, had a full-fledged, what do you call it, alligator thing float going across there. But I like the skull and crossbones, though. That's a nice added touch. This seems like it's one of those situations where it'd be cool if you could mash the two games together. Now, obviously, the other difference here, I don't know if it's just because I'm on, you know, the earlier levels, but things are running a little bit slower. And that's been a common trend that I've also noticed. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Can I die? Am I going to die? I made it. Wasn't sure if I can go off the screen on this one. The fly, that doesn't look like a fly. I don't know what that looks like. It looks like a bird. Look like a bird. Not gonna lie. Oh, just hit the side. Just missed it. Let's try that again. The sound's not too bad. I don't think I find his walking as annoying as the Atari version, though. I found that Atari walking sound was a little bit more irritating. This one actually almost sounds like he's saying ribbit. Ribbit. And of course Frogger himself, very basic looking. Kind of looks a little bit more like a... I don't know, what would you say, like a ladybug style or something. Finding that a lot of these graphics do look like bugs, even the cars. Oh, I just jumped into the lake. Wonder what's in that water. Maybe it's salt water that the frog can't breathe in or something. I don't know. Really high contents of salt. Oh, I thought I was dead there. See if we can get to the next level. Unfortunately, we never got the sequel, or the 3D game, the Frogger 2 game, on the Intellivision. Just this version. So I can't really do any comparing there. Alright. Got me 1,000 points. Okay. What's next? Oh, jeez! Right in front of a truck. So it's sped up a little bit. I'm starting to notice that now. The cars are moving a little bit faster. Get back on there. I guess, I don't know if the logs have changed, the length of the logs or something. Something seems a little bit different on this version, or on this level, I should say. Okay, let's see if I can get through. I don't know if the snake's gonna come. Maybe I have to try on the higher level to get the snake. I mean, we could change it to do the high level and see what happens. So let's do that. I guess it probably goes up to 4. I don't think it would go any further than that. Ah, there's the snake. Oh, and there's something else in there. Whoa! That was fast. This isn't going to be easy. Okay. It didn't get, the traffic didn't get worse like in the Atari version. Or that traffic. What is that thing? A sea monster? I don't know what the point of that thing is. Does it actually hurt you? That snake is in the way. Snake's red in this one. I thought it was black in the Atari, right? The same idea. I mean, it's a nice colorful game. Okay, well, I'm getting through it. Just one more. Uh-oh. off the screen? Yeah. Oh, no, I can't. Okay, I guess that's a big difference right there. You can't go off the screen. Oh, oh, no. Right into the water. Crap. Lost. One more man. Just gotta get that fly. Oh. Whoa. That thing ate me. Oh. Yeah, this is definitely a lot harder. That's for sure. Especially when you can't go off the screen. So much going on. It's going to be hard to get over there. Guess I have to go on. Oh, no. That's the end of that frog. Well, there you have it. I mean, yeah, like I said, I thought the Atari one was great. And, you know, the Intellivision one, it's different. The graphics are completely different on both versions, which I kind of like that. I like how each game has its own thing. It doesn't look like it's just a carbon copy. Because, you know, you got to wonder sometimes when they were programming these things, should they make them all look the same? Should they give each system their own little look to it? Possibly, but, you know, it could be multiple programmers and you know, they're doing it at different times, so they're not going to be in sync anyways. But I thought that, you know, the Atari one really did look nice. Sure, there was flickering, and that's to be expected on a lot of Atari 2600 games. But, you know, other than that, I thought that the cars and everything looked nice. The graphics looked great. The frog looked great. The jumping was a little bit annoying, his noise. But everything else, I mean, it was a hard game after, you know, it amps up nicely. It doesn't start off hard. It starts off fairly easy. And it gives you the option if you want to play where you can run off the screen or not run off the screen. So, you know, both of them actually did a pretty good job. I thought with the Intellivision, I was a little bit disappointed with the graphics in it. I didn't like the cars. I didn't like the alligator head on the log thing. I mean, frankly, the logs themselves didn't even look like logs. And I don't know if that was intentional, if they wanted to do that, or if it was just a programming constraint or what. I think they probably could have made logs look like logs and alligators look like alligators, and still the game could have functioned. Anyways, that's my thoughts. Let me know what you think. Both great games. You know, I probably did play this as a kid. You know, I played a lot of games that I borrowed from friends and neighbors and stuff, so I probably did play it. But I probably now thinking about the fact that I most likely played it on the Commodore 64 out of any other system until I got the Atari version. Anyways, hope you liked the video. Let me know what you think. Throw some comments down below. Hope you subscribe. Talk to you later.